Dana, thank you so much for joining me, first of all.
Hello.
You are a women grandmaster yourself. You are a FIDE supervisor here at the FIDE Women's World Championship match. How do you feel being at such an event and also watching yourself from your chess perspective?
It is a great honor actually to be part of such an event like the World Women Chess Championship match. I've been experiencing also other top level events in FIDE from the organizational side, but for me this is of course emotionally very sacred moment or event to be part of the competition where the queen of the chess world is clarified, yes, and especially because these two players, two Chinese players, Zhu Wenjun and Lei Tingjie, they both are gorgeous personalities, not only very strong players, but also very interesting as the human beings. Yes, you can see that they think a lot, not only about chess. They are very kind and they are very humble as personalities, and the fact that they are two friends now competing for the title at the chessboard, that is of course also something that makes it very special.
You know, you're just yourself such an amazing person as well, and there's so many things I would like to ask you about, but before we jump to other questions, I want to ask you about the question that many chess fans or people who are interested in chess raise. Why do we need a separate world championship for women? Why do we need women titles?
That's a good question. Some people tend to say that yes, because of the fact that you've got the separate women titles, women chess grandmaster, women international master, separate tournaments, we kind of show that women are less strong than men. But you know, the fact is that only 2% of the titled players are women, only 10% of the rated players are women, so we actually want to encourage more women to come in for chess and stay there and excel there, and separate titles were invented in 1970s with the same goal, actually, to open the doors for the women players, to encourage them. So at this point I still am in favor of having separate titles and the competitions, because the goal has not yet been reached. There's still this huge gap between women and men. That's one reason. The second one, I still see that because of the fact that the chess world has been so strongly male dominated, starting from the management to the sportive area of men being just dominant there number wise, yeah, and also title wise. It still takes some time and effort from us, the policymakers, to make the place welcoming, the chess world welcoming and secure for women. So that's why we also work now on the safeguarding policy, so that every girl that is here, starting from the chess club to chess competitions to top level events, and also the management world would feel welcome, safeguarded, respected, and feel happy being part of the chess world. Yes, what we also see is that that many girls, they start playing chess, they compete, they like the world, but then there is some point when they quit. Yes, and this is also something that we've been thinking of, how to really keep them there. One is to safeguard them. The second one, I think, is to show that for you to stay in the chess world, you're not obliged to be the professional chess player only. There's so many other professions that are welcoming women. You know, being a chess trainer, being a chess arbiter, being a fair play officer, the top profession in the future, I would say, in the chess world. Being a commentator, a chess photographer, or so many other positions out there that need more women. and that have not been appreciated enough as the future careers. So this is what we, together with the Women's Commission, are now trying to do as well. We are making a tour worldwide, facilitating the girls coming into chess, raising the awareness that that chess is actually the game for girls, the game for women, but also popularizing the chess market as the future career place, which I think is very important, and it brings the results. You know, those are so heartwarming stories when we hear that after our inspirational lectures, where we share our own experience and stories, where we try to engage the local personalities, the grandmasters or chess celebrities, if I may say so, that women who've quit chess a while ago, they come back, not obligatory as active players, but as the chess organizers. They raise their hand and volunteer to the federations, to the chess clubs, suggesting their help in organizing the events or opening even the chess clubs. So there are concrete examples that we see. Yeah, it works, you know, because they just got this idea presented by somebody. Why not? Yes. So that's a heartwarming, yes, thing.
So do you think it could actually also help to encourage more girls into playing if they see more women among the different positions as
Yes.
coaches, tournament organizers, and they will just see that, okay, women can be in this world?
People need need to have role models. So I think you know, that's also one of my missions in the life, as I feel that I need to also show and encourage other women with my own experience. For example, when I was the Minister of Finance of my country, I was in the whole history of my country only the second one holding this position, because there was the stigma that women are probably more appropriate for educational, for culture, for health, and these kind of areas. But in politics, people were somehow, you know, reluctant to entrust women with the position of the Minister of Defense or Minister of Finance or Economic Affairs or Energy. Yes. So, but when there is this example that shows that yes, I mean, she is a minister and quite a good one, so the others also start believing that that's a norm. Yes, and also the girls and the women, they believe that yes, that's an option for me as well. Why not? So in chess as well, I mean, the more we will have the examples, the girls could follow, the bit better the chances that others would really consider that yes, why not? That's the best profession or the career that they can have. Yes.
When we started this topic, you mentioned that the goal still hasn't been reached. So for now, you are in favor of the titles. Is there anything behind it? Would in any scenario be a possibility or a different solution that you think could be implemented?
My goal is that, and one day I'm pretty sure that it will happen, that we will see a woman playing for the World Chess Champions title, not the women's title, but for the universal one. That needs a lot of effort, not only from FIDE, but at every level, showing that chess is the sport for women, keeping them in the field. And that is why actually I am such a fan of educational chess, because I think that's the most efficient way to the hearts of the kids and their parents, because quite often it is the parents and the families who think that chess is not a game for a girl. Yes, so coming from a Western culture, it's quite difficult for us to imagine that. Yes, it's more like the fact that sometimes when you go to a chess club, you might be the only girl there, and probably then you don't feel like it's your place. Yes, but in many countries, it's just that you would probably hardly be given a chance to actually go to the chess club and to explore. So, but if we suggest this game in the school, yes, so both the kids and their parents, not talking about the teachers as well, yes, would see that chess is such an inspiring, such an exciting, such a dynamic, such a cool game that develops the important skills of a young personality that can be used not only on the chessboard but also in the real life, like the complex problem solving, like concentration, like the fair play, like respecting your opponent, like understanding the cause and the consequence. Yeah, I could list many of those that I've used in my real life, you know, taking out from my pocket one or the other when it's needed. And yes, and even, you know, showing the way that especially, you know, at the young age, girls are, you know, easily playing with and against the boys, not feeling the difference, yes, and they would learn that chess is an objective game, you know. It's just so simple. If you make the best moves, I mean, nothing else matters. You can win against another girl, you can win against another boy, you can win against an adult or the world chess champion if needed. Yes. So, and this is why one of the goals of FIDE is also to double the number of kids engaged in the educational chess. So in 2021 we made a worldwide survey, and the estimate is that more than 25 million kids are engaged in educational chess worldwide. So in a few years' time, we want to double this number, which is realistic. Let alone China, you would see that the educational chess is boosting. India, yes, they are now thinking more of not only putting the emphasis on the sportive chess being taught as the discipline at school, but using chess also as a tool for transversal education, yes, for teaching other subjects at school. Other countries in Africa, for example, now our educational commission is on the mission there in several countries, training the teachers, showing the methodology, giving the tools for the teachers so that they can use this game for teaching mathematics, language, other subjects. The beauty of the chess is that it's a complex game that can be also deconstructed. You don't have to use the game in its full set obligatory. You can use the elements of it for various goals.
So the doubling the kids will be by implementing in the schools the subjects and by teaching the teachers how to
I mean, quite often the officials, or you know, sometimes also federation people think that the key to spreading the chess is actually having the equipment as chess sets distributed, which is a necessary thing. You cannot play chess without a chess set, yes, but I do believe that there are much more sustainable ways how to really spread chess, and one of the key elements is actually training the teachers and training the trainers. So if there would be skilled people who know the way how to teach the kids, then that's more sustainable. I mean, and then the equipment would follow, yes. But if there's equipment just spread around and no skills, no knowledge is given, you would see that probably in a while the sets would be in the best at the best occasion to thrown somewhere on the shelves. Yes, nobody would use them. Yes, and you would just clean the dust time after time. So first skills, then sets. Yes, that's our approach, and I think that that will give the results.
That is an amazing goal. I hope to see it myself someday. And going back to the place we are now, the World Championship match, the late in June fighting, and you are here, you're witnessing it yourself. What are your impressions so far?
So we are in the halfway of the match. It's interesting that those two players, they come from one country, but they represent two cities, and the whole concept of the championship match is planned in a way that the first half was played here in Shanghai, which is the native city of and birth city of Ju and Jun. So most probably she had more supporters here than Lei did. And tomorrow the whole team and both players included will be traveling to Changqing, which is the city of Lei Dingjie. So I don't know, I'm just curious, how do they feel themselves, whether the fact that they play at home does help or put additional emotional burden. Sometimes, you know, it's even more difficult to play at your home because there are high expectations from your supporters, from your family, and that puts additional tension. Yes, and we still need a clean mind and relaxed mind if we want to show the best out of our chess on the chessboard. But that's how they equal the chances for two players. The first half has been very dynamic. Now, after today, the overall result is 3.5 to 2.5 in favor of Lei. Yesterday was the day when Lei managed to win the game. The other games have been finished in draw, but that doesn't mean that they've been boring or somehow very slow, or there has been the lack of dynamics. To the contrary, and the games have been very saturated with opportunities for both players, with so much resources, and it's been fascinating to follow the games. The quality of chess is high, and you know, I got a little bit angry at some point when I saw that there've been some comments like, yeah, these girls play men's chess. No, they don't play men's chess. They play just really good chess. Yes, and they seem to be dealing pretty well with the pressure. Their physical endurance has been very good so far, both of them, yes. I think this is also an important factor. In order to become the world chess champion in chess, you need to be physically fit, because you know, if you are not, then from my own experience, after the third hour of a game, your brain starts failing, yes, and you would make some mistakes because of your tiredness, yes. And imagine it's 12 games. Normally the match would last 12 games, and it's a lot of tension every game, you know. It lasts for several hours. You would still be preparing before the game. You would still be analyzing the mistakes of the previous games, not in order not to repeat them. So it's a lot of work for you. It demands a lot of concentration from you as a player. And probably you know yourself, I mean, that during a chess tournament, a chess player, if he or she plays intensively, they normally lose some kilos, yes, which is an interesting thing, yes. You are as if sitting in a static pose, but there's such a turmoil and such a storm going on of thoughts, of emotions inside of you, yes. It's a lot of effort that and tension and pressure that your body goes through, yes, during such an event. So let us see also what will be the endurance of both players. I think now it's the critical time, you know. The 7th, 8th game already would show who is in a better physical and emotional shape. Lei has an advantage, but it's far from the end. I mean, we'll see. I believe many exciting games, and it's going to be very interesting to follow. Not only here, the team that is experiencing the event, but also those who follow it online, on the internet, on YouTube channel, and in our broadcast, with excellent commentaries made by grandmasters. With an opportunity to see the computer analyses and understand what was the best move according to the machine. Yes, so and you know, a combination of all of it would allow you to also make your own judgments. So
So you mentioned the physical factor, mental factor, and obviously the chess factor is there. If you were to put it into percentages, your own guess, how important are they in this match, or could they turn out to be?
You know, all of those elements are equally important. I wouldn't say that one or the other would be somehow prevailing, because you can see that both of the players have been theoretically well prepared. Lei has actually changed her openings from the semi-close to the open ones. Yes, she starts with e4, which means that a lot of homework has been done, yes, before, because e4 has not been her natural opening before. But there are no serious faults in the openings, neither by one or the other player. So both are well prepared. So there is no disbalance in this. They are different in their playing style. Juve and June is more classical, you know, while Lei is a more dynamic, probably a aggressive player. This is also what makes it different, interesting. Yes, so there is this dynamic balance or disbalance in each of the games. So they seem to be both very much concentrated, although if you look at them, they behave themselves differently. June is quite serious. I mean, she doesn't joke a lot. She's a little bit, you would say, closed or not that outgoing. Yes, so you could see the concentration at every movement of hers, and her eyes and behavior. I think that the big change happened at the opening when when drawing of the lots was made. Yes, so she immediately switched the regime. At least that was my observation. Yes, from cheerful pre-event to the sportive mode. While Lei seems to be much more outgoing. Yes, she's laughing more. She's making the jokes, but you would see that she does not lose the concentration at any point. So it's not too easy or flying, you know, above the earth. She's very down to the earth, and you could see also very focused to the event and to the match. Yeah, it's interesting to be to be here and experiencing it so close.
So my last question to you: are also a very experienced, very strong player yourself. So does being here so close to the players, watching their emotions and watching their games, make you feel like you would also want to play in those high-level competitions, or you just in general play in the tournaments?
You ask me if being here and observing these two players fighting at the World Chess Championship match raises the hunger for chess. Yes and no, because from one point of view, yeah, especially when you have not been playing yourself for a while, you've got this appetite, you want to play. On the other hand, I understand that playing at this top level means that you have to invest so much time, so much energy, so much sweat. Yes, and there's a huge work behind the scenes that it's not a sweet candy to have. Yes, it's very difficult. You know, there's no easy way to the Olympus of chess and to success. There's no way around. You really need to climb, and every step is hard, and the higher you go, the harder it gets, especially if you encounter as talented person as you yourself, as a strong person, as strong player with strong working ethics and abilities as you. Oh, that's a collision of two monsters and giants, even if visually they are two young girls, women, you know, sitting at the board. That's the real encounter of titans in reality. So, no. I do not get these cravings of playing myself the World Chess Championship match today.
And there, a reality behind the scenes is way more complicated than it seems, and very hard indeed. Thank you so much, Dana, for your time. Thank you for organizing this event and making it happen that we have Women World Championship match, first time in few years, the biggest event in the women's chess.
Yeah, the whole world is now here in China. I mean, following who is going to become the World Chess Queen 2023.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.